Oh, okay. Hey everybody, welcome back. Another Factorio video. This is Diggy. We're digging a hole. We've dug a pretty big hole. It's a big hole. We dug it under the ground. And we launched a rocket last episode, which ordinarily that is sort of just the first step these days, just the very beginnings of a series is to launch the rocket. The end goal is to make a super amazing, huge base, which I would like to do. And actually, as we're standing here, we've got some science modules, some science potions on the belt. Let's do our first full, endless, infinite science research. Let's get some worker robot speed going. I think that's going to be very important for us on this world. So while that is researching and while the base is doing its thing, we are going to do some exploration because this is a custom scenario. Not only does it do this stuff with the cave-ins and the walls and supporting stuff, it also does some funny things with the ore. On a normal world, I have an idea of what's going to happen and what's possible, what's available. Partly because I set the parameters of a normal custom sandbox world. This is a scenario though, so the parameters are set by the designers of the scenario. The ore around this immediate area, it just gets mined up so quickly, I'm constantly running around and all I'm doing is fiddling with the mining, which isn't the most interesting thing in the game. I want to make cool builds to craft cool stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to dig a long, super thin tunnel. We're going to go a very far distance, and we're going to see what kind of ore density we can find. Hopefully more dense than this. Look at this. 23 iron ore. That's not even worth my time. Look at these. These pathetic. 25, 88. One call. Yeah, no thanks. We're going to dig a long tunnel. Here we go. Oh, robots. I mean, aliens. Okay, so this tunnel, it's starting to get pretty long. How long? Pretty long, all the way down there. And so, in the interest of speeding up the process running back and forth, I think I'm going to start digging out space and laying down some railroad tracks, which I guess means I'm going to have to widen it up if I also want to keep these guys. So we're going to have to do something like this. And I might have to worry about more cave-ins. Okay, seems good. Just wanted to be above this guy right here. We are very limited in space, at least until until I feel like digging out even more. We're gonna need to dig out more eventually, but it does seem like the ore is getting better. So like right here, for instance, we have 187, although I can't show you yet because I don't have radars all the way down here, but it's getting better. Look at this, 309K for that tiny little patch. So, by the way, I've been digging a little while, actually a long while, and while I was digging, there was a patch, and the patch updated the graphics for the ore. We now have 3D ore, and they're kind of a little bit randomized. They look a little bit weird and strange because they're 3D, and nothing else on my belts is 3D. At least most other things are not 3D. They're in the process of updating all of these old sprites as part of their ongoing effort to make everything high definition and have new graphics and everything. but they do look a little bit weird on their own. I'm sure it'll look great when everything else has been updated as well. They've been previewing this stuff for a while. And this is one of the updates that we get to see in-game now. It's kind of cool. Kind of different. All right. So, I got a train line. Let's ride down it. Let's add a station. We're going to go to Not Home. And see what we find, I guess. Oh, we're here? Okay. I think I nodded off a little bit there. It's so relaxing hearing the sounds of the railroad ticking by underneath you, and you get to look out the windows and see the vistas and the landscapes, the pretty scenery, all that kind of stuff. We got some coins over here. I guess all the aliens have died. Had to kill quite a number of aliens to get all the way out here. I'm sure if we backtrack down the railroad, it's probably a whole lot of coins. I have, what, almost 200,000. Killing all those aliens, we got the alien evolution. It's maxed out now at 100, and it's really intense now to fight the aliens, as we'll see in just a minute. Let's see what we got here. 6,500 iron ore, 1,000 copper ore, 1,100 iron ore, 400 iron ore, 3,400. Okay, these numbers are better. 2,000, 4,000, 1,000, 4,000, 2,000, 10,000. Okay, that's better. That's at least better than what we had back at the base. What we need to do now is expand out an area and see how much the total amount of the entire patch, or at least a significant part of it, because I guess it's these patches, they just keep going. They're long and stringy. If I can highlight it, this is 356,000 iron ore just right there. All right. Let's see if we can expand outwards a little bit. And I don't know if it's because I've researched a number of worker robot speed upgrades, but the robots dig quite a bit faster now. Let's see. How they do? Run, you fools. Oh, that's not... Okay, that's not good. Hey! There we go. Oh! Power outages, huh? All right, let's try this again. Let's see if my now improved 400 steam engines can keep up with the laser turret barrage. Come at me, aliens. Okay, still a little bit of a flicker. Still a little bit of a flicker. But it's better though. We're not having total blackouts, just tiny little blips. Tiny little blips. I've got a better layout here, so now maybe we can tile this a bit better. And we're not having cave-ins immediately because I have more walls built into my laser turret setup, and we need to just basically do this kind of thing periodically. March it forward slowly. Or maybe it's better that I dig it out manually. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's probably still faster to dig out manually. One day, robots, one day you will have a use. After a little bit of cooperative digging, me doing the digging and the laser turrets doing the murdering, we have an ore patch. Well, sort of. It's sort of stringy, but this is about a decent sample size, so we can see what we have. And we have 2.4 million iron ores in this little patch here. Yeah. So, here's the deal. I have been digging for this episode about 15 hours, and in order to continue working on the base, I'm gonna have to do that several times over if we want to do anything even remotely impressive. I'll have to dig out a whole bunch of these other ore patches, because this one ore patch is not gonna really last us this long. For comparison, my recursion base would destroy this ore patch in about 5 minutes. And I'm not exaggerating, literally 5 minutes, this ore patch would be gone. And so I'm gonna do something a little bit anticlimactic. I think I'm gonna end the series on episode 6 on this episode, because the ratio of me digging to building just seems a little bit out of whack. This scenario is designed for multiplayer servers of 20 to 30 people at a time, and usually their end goal is to launch a rocket or to make some kind of mid-sized thing. And at the moment, I'm just more interested in making super huge, mega crazy bases, and I'm just not going to be able to do it on this. So, sorry to end the series early on kind of a bummer, anticlimactic note. I tried to make the video a little bit entertaining anyway. But don't worry, I've got a backlog of Factorio ideas. We're going to be launching into a new Factorio series pretty soon, almost right away. This isn't the end of Factorio. We're just going to dig ourselves out of this hole. Maybe we'll live on the surface for a while. But in any case, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.